Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us with our podcast, PAWdcast. We are here with the founder of Muddy Paws, Terry Larson. We've got Isaiah Langworthy and myself, Terry Mills. We're going to visit tonight about a few things that we've got going on. Now, we've always got something going on, but something that may be of interest to everybody. And that is a free vaccination clinic. We run several of them throughout the year, and the first one's coming up on January 27th, 2024. And tell us a little bit about it.
So our vaccination clinics, they're once a month, and we host them. They're from 9 a.m. to noon, and we actually are really excited for this year because we are launching Bordetella into it. So for the past couple of years, we've been hosting these clinics. They're, like I said, once a month, normally the last Saturday of the month, except normally in November, December with the holidays, we tend to try to get them a little bit earlier so that we're not interfering with holiday travels and holiday plans. But it's featuring the kitty.
She's trying to get on camera.
Hello. But we have been doing parvo distemper just to combat that deadly virus, as that's something that's really close and dear to Muddy Paws' heart.
We've got a special program as far as parvo distemper. Parvo, exactly. We are actually the rescue that takes the parvo puppies from Nebraska Humane Society. We get them vetted. We actually have the new vaccination, the monoclonal
vaccination
that actually helps with the parvo. So we are very dedicated to spreading the word and trying to combat this deadly disease. But we have added, like Isaiah is about to mention,
the Bordetella vaccine.
Yes.
So, every dog owner, I think, across the country had their heart stop at the beginning of December, end of November. You're going into that holiday season where everybody's traveling and taking their dogs to other people's houses and boarding.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden the news is going, mystery virus, dogs are dying. And, I work in a vet office, and it was like, I felt like it was COVID 2.0 for a second, where we just were like, whoa, what is going on? And so what was found is that as this has progressed, they don't really know what it is still. But we know some of the illnesses or viruses that are kind of joining forces with this mystery virus.
Oh.
And that is where the Bordetella vaccination comes in. So there's no virus that fully protects a dog against this mystery virus. But the intranasal Bordetella that is out there gives the best protection. And that is because it teams up with it has three different vaccines in it, three different viruses it protects against. And one of those is parainfluenza, which also is in the DHPP vaccination, which is that parvo distemper. But that DHPP, because it's sub-Q, it doesn't protect the respiratory system, versus this intranasal goes through the nasal cavity and provides an extra layer of protection. And so we made the decision to help our community further and to combat this, that we are going to now provide both the DHPP parvo distemper vaccination as well as the intranasal Bordetella.
For free.
For free.
$0.
No questions asked. You come in, we will provide you proof of vaccination. We will provide you with some information about parvo distemper. We're also working on getting information regarding like Bordetella. And Bordetella is commonly referred to as kennel cough. So these are two of the vaccines on top of rabies, which is, the one vaccine that is mandatory per law.
And we do not give
We do not give
We
those.
have the vets.
Yes. But these are the two other vaccines that you would also need if you ever had to board your dog. When you go to board, they need proof of rabies, DHPP, Bordetella.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a great way for us to be able to help this. One thing that we do like to do, like Terry Mills over here kind of mentioned, we have a couple coming up. First one being in January. In March, though, we will have two clinics. So the parvo season for free, yes.
2-0.
But the parvo season kind of kicks off in the March, April-ish time. And we will have more to come, kind of preview for a future podcast. One of the vet techs that we work with, who's kind of became one of the go-to people, in this area, Mary Duran, with Papillion Animal Hospital. She's going to be coming on and talking about parvo and explaining what parvo is and what some of these common illnesses that you hear about, what they are, what you do to prevent it, just best practices. So if you have any questions for her, feel free to send us an email. You can find it on our podcast page, or it is podcast, like she said, PAWDcast. Gosh, I can't spell out loud.
It's because you've been working all day. Yeah. In a week with the weather here. Trust me.
It's PAWdcast at MuddyPawsDogs.com. And that's going to pop up on your screen right now. But you can send us questions about that. But yeah, we're going to be doing our clinic. And this clinic is actually kind of near and dear to my own heart. Just seeing the parvo dogs and working in the vet field, it's hard sometimes for those owners. For pet owners, I know me personally, I've gone through times where I brought my own dogs to the clinic when I first joined Muddy Paws because I was down on my luck. They needed their vaccinations, and there's no judgment. Honestly, they don't even notice that you're there. They're so worried about the dogs. They're just like, let me love these puppies. So it's...
Can I ask a question? Yeah. Everybody in.
Absolutely.
Is this for Omaha people, Council Bluffs people, surrounding areas?
It doesn't matter. If you can get there, we will vaccinate your dog.
Come on from California and bring that warm weather with you.
I'm only asking just because I know there's very rural places in Nebraska, Iowa, and licensing is coming up in Council Bluffs.
And in Omaha.
So it's important, to get to this January one, so that or the January 27th one, so that you can, get your dog taken care of, get it licensed, comply with all the rules for animal control on both sides of the river, and you just can't beat the price, people. It's free. I always think Bordetella is important, so I'm so glad you guys added that, because I don't care if you take your dog to the dog park, camping, just out for a day with other dogs, even if they're your family's dogs, there's always that chance of getting something from another animal, because you don't know where your family has had their dogs. You don't know where your friends have had their dogs. You might have been at the vet clinic where there could have been something on the floor that didn't get cleaned up. It's on your shoe. You track it into your house. Your dog smells and licks your shoe. There's a myriad of things of how these things with parvo and Bordetella and things like that, kennel cough, can happen, and people don't understand that. So as much as I love dog parks, they are a huge risk for dogs that are not vaccinated.
Well, and that was actually, when I started at the vet clinic here a couple months ago, it was a really rude awakening for me, because I knew parvo was contagious, through your shoes and all of that. And then I started to learn just how many of these viruses, if you are with a dog that has it, you're bringing it home. Like my personal dogs, they don't really meet other dogs. They're not social butterflies. And so they're very isolated normally. And I'm like, oh, see, I'm not worried. I vaccinate them, but I'm like, I'm not worried. And then I have a whole new fear unlocked when they said you could take it home. And so my poor neighbors get to see the show of me stripping down to just my short shorts and walking inside.
I do the same thing. I really do.
I'm so protective. And this is a way that I love that Muddy Paws, and I can't even say necessarily just Muddy Paws, because our volunteers that are within this clinic is such a mix. We have volunteers from other rescues, the Good Life Bulldog Rescue.
Love her.
Heather Reese, she's their founder and president. She is there just about every single time. Literally. And with thank you for this.
Human treats.
We have
just going on record. We love human treats.
We do. Thank you. We have a vet pharmaceutical rep from Elanco, Allie. She attends. We have nurses from Bergen Mercy Medical Center, and just different hospitals that Heather as a nurse knows. So we have all these different people who come in with one common thing, and that's we love dogs, and we want to protect them.
And that's why we're here.
To help our community.
Yes.
There are underserved areas in our community.
A lot.
We are going to those underserved areas and offering free vaccinations for them. Treating parvo is thousands and thousands of dollars, and it can be deadly.
Yeah.
We do have this new drug. It still needs to run its course in the animal, so it's still not 100%. Your animal isn't necessarily 100% going to survive parvo, so it's not anything that you should play with. But even that's expensive. That's $200 for 11 pounds of your puppy. So you absolutely, there's now no excuse whatsoever to not have your pet vaccinated.
And we will,
especially again, free.
and
Absolutely.
we will do all of them. So one of the things that when we kind of went into scheduling these vaccination clinics is puppies. Puppies are so susceptible to parvo. I can't really think of a single adult dog that we've taken care of in our parvo project that's contracted parvo. I mean, no,
We
most.
did get a 3-year-old.
Okay.
We did. But it really kind of depends on their background.
Mhm.
If they had been vaccinated, and usually, yes, usually, or if they had a mother that was healthy and they got the antibodies from their mother, they're less likely to get it at 3 years old, but it is not impossible. And it was very, very, that dog had it very severely. So it was a real touch and go for that dog. But puppies need not just one, but they actually need at least 3. I'm trying to explain this.
Well, and we also need to tell them how old do the dogs have to be in order to bring them to this clinic.
So
there is an age. You can't just bring a 6-week-old puppy in here to get.
yes. So 6.
But now we're going to confuse you because this is very confusing.
So this is
Maybe we should save this for
Really,
no.
this is simple.
This is simple.
But
It
it's
just can be confusing.
Okay.
So you can start at 6 weeks, and then you booster every 3 to 4 weeks after that. And so, but you need to have 2 vaccinations at 12 weeks of age or later.
Right.
So if you start at 6 weeks, because so many people.
Are we talking about all of these?
You're talking distemper parvo.
Okay.
So distemper, and Bordetella, you can do at 6 weeks.
You can? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So all 3 of them, the distemper parvo shot, which is 1 shot, can be at 6 weeks, and Bordetella can be at 6 weeks. Bordetella is 1 shot annually. That's it. No booster ever, no second booster a couple weeks later is ever needed. Parvo distemper, you can start at 6 weeks of age. You do another one around 9 to 10 weeks of age. Then you want to do another one at 12 weeks of age, and then another at 15, 16 weeks.
So the ideal is to have 2 boosters or 2 vaccinations after 12 weeks of age.
Okay.
For parvo. So if you do not start until, let's say, 12 weeks, and you haven't had the one at 6 and the one at 9, and you only get the one at 12, you still have to get that other booster at 15.
Okay.
So and the reason for this is because mother does pass on some antibodies through the milk to the babies.
Right.
But you don't know when that's going to actually fall off. So there's been a lot of research. Sometimes it falls off at 6 weeks. Sometimes it doesn't fall off till 12 weeks, So you really don't know when the mother's antibodies are going to fall off. And the antibodies actually kind of make the shot, what word am I looking for? Useless, basically. It kills or stops the
it like deactivates the shot. It's
Right.
basically
Okay.
it neutralizes.
Yeah.
It neutralizes the shot.
Neutralize it. That's
right. That's it.
The safest way that I have, because when we all started to learn this, and when I started to learn in school, I can't tell you how many times I'm like, wait, okay, what? My trick is I always say, if the puppy is under 6 months of age, it needs 3 shots.
Right.
Period.
Right.
End of story. And so there's at least 3 shots. If the puppy is under 16 weeks of age, it needs 4.
So really, with the 3 that you guys have coming up, January, February, March, if somebody had a 6-week-old puppy, they would be able to attend.
Absolutely.
For zero cost, people.
Zero. How many litters we've seen where we get a watch. We get a watch these litters grow up and slowly see some of them go to their forever homes and hear about it. And it's kind of this cool experience that we get. And we enjoy getting to know the owners too. And then we have guess what? If you got vaccinated a year ago at our clinic and your dog's due for it, come on back. We'd love to see them and you again.
Exactly.
So
this also is our procedure.
Sure.
Some vets may say, "Oh, you don't necessarily need that 4th." Our vets, the vets that we work with, this is what they have recommended for us,
and that's fine. That's
whatever your vet tells you. If there's a history of vaccinations with that mama, and your vet doesn't think that there is a need for that 4th, we are not vets.
Yep.
I'm just going to clarify, we are not veterinarians.
No, we are not.
Always consult your veterinarian for professional advice.
Absolutely. So this is kind of the protocol that we have, guided by our vets, and that's what we pass on, because we are trying to give the puppies and the dogs the best advantage in the world, to escape parvo.
Sure.
And live healthy.
And now escape Bordetella.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's truly a great thing. And like Terry kind of just hinted off to, we have more in the works for this vaccination clinic. We're trying to work with getting a vet there like once a quarter-ish to help maybe provide rabies vaccinations. We're looking at possibly doing microchips as well at either a low cost, basically just the covering of the registration, or possibly free. But these are all things. These are all things we're looking at. I have my idea that I'm just going to throw out. I would love to see us add lepto into it, just because lepto is my own number one near and dear to my heart. I witnessed one of my very close friends, her dog, who I watched grow up from a puppy, used die from lepto. And I knew nothing about lepto before that day. And then I had overnight had to learn it. And it's very scary. And so, yes, it's
as the city grows.
Yep. And so it's, we're always looking for ways that we can help and grow what we help with. So just stay tuned, and we'll be happy to share here as we learn more about it. But
I think the biggest help, honestly, is the zero cost, people. It costs you nothing. Bring your dogs. You just cannot beat this. January 27th.
Right.
Our wonderful volunteers that own Helping Hands for Senior Plans have opened up their facility once a month for us to do this. Love them to death. Carol Fricky. Again, that's Helping Hands for Senior Plans. It's 8602 North 30th Street, and there will be a graphic coming up here. But
you can find all of this information as well. If you go to our website and you click on the What's New button, it will actually pop up. The graphic that you see on your screens will pop up, and you can see it. The event is also listed on our events tab, on our calendar on the website, and on the events on Facebook. So it is out there. You can
it's free.
Reach out to us. It's free. You can reach out and contact us via our contact information with questions. But one of the things that I love about Muddy Paws and what we're doing, and you have a little surprise guest that you're going to bring.
We do have a surprise guest.
But yes, but we love to make. We can't do what we do without the support and the generosity of the community that we serve. And that is our thing, is we serve our community. We do not want to be the center of any attention. Actually, honestly, 2 of us at this table hate to be it. And I'll let you guess who those 2 are. So we like to make our fundraisers fun. So we wanted to tell you about this really cool fundraiser we have coming up.
And this fundraiser in particular is going to help us sponsor our vet clinics.
Yes, it will be helping.
So it's very, very important. What we make from these fundraisers not only helps our rescue dogs, but it also helps us give back to our community. So that's something that's very important to us. Look at this beauty.
Hi, baby girl. Hi.
Oh my goodness.
We are doing our wagon grams for Valentine's Day. Last year we did them for Mother's Day. Huge hit. So this year we're going to do it for Valentine's Day. And what we do is we deliver Valentines using our dogs. Some of them are rescue dogs waiting to be adopted. Some of them are our own personal dogs, and this is my personal dog, Ginger. Oh, she says, "I'm embarrassed, Mama."
You can see your little bows.
Yeah, too many smells. But what makes this special is that you get your Valentine gift delivered by a dog. One of our volunteers, our furry couriers is what we call them. And with that, you'll receive a tissue wrapped rose, a mini bundt cake with a little message card. Those message. Yes, yes, they are amazing. Here in Omaha. And
We have to share a really funny story from last year. We did these for Mother's Day, and me and Terry were out with my former foster Naya, and we got an urgent plea for help of a severely injured dog. And so Muddy Paws being us and us having enough time between deliveries, we jumped in our two separate cars and rushed to Glenwood, Iowa, and we picked up this dog who needed immediate vet care. So we get my foster and we get everything sorted, and we're running to UPC, and which is urgent pet care. And we're sitting, I run out to my car because I'm like, we have this stuff out in my car. We can't let it melt. So we bring it in here. And one thing about me and my dear friend Terry here is when we're stressed, we eat. So we're sitting here dealing with my foster who's peeing and pooping and throwing up because she's nervous in this vet clinic, and we're just drooling over this. And
oh gosh,
nobody would know. Terry knows what it knows.
It was so tempting. We didn't.
you should have.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
They are delicious, and the rose is beautiful, and it makes the
rose.
It's such a personal gorgeous. We've delivered it to hospitals, assisted living. If you want to go to school, you have to approve it beforehand. If you order it, it needs to be approved by the school. We've delivered it to homes, businesses. It is just a special way to tell somebody Valentine's Day. And again, you get it delivered with a furry courier.
I mean, who wouldn't want sweet little Chi-Chi to come?
One of our foster dogs. Right. They're available for adoption. That's what interact with the public so you can see how wonderful they are, and hopefully know somebody that may give them a home if not yourself.
So I've done this a couple years with youth through different organizations, and I can tell you this is by far in my top two. I mean, honestly, the only other one that I like about the same amount would be our Wagween Boo Bag.
Yeah.
But that's just because it's a great time for me.
Who doesn't?
And it's so nice to give a gift and see them appreciate it, and they get to pet the puppies.
Yes.
And the whole, and
offices, everybody gets to enjoy it because you get the good stuff and everybody else gets to pet them up. So
husbands, boyfriends, let me speak to you about this as something if you want to get in good with your significant other, let them be the center of attention at the office, because I have heard it come out of their mouths when they go, my husband got me a rose and a bundt cake delivered by a dog. What did your husband get you?
Way to get engaged to somebody.
If you want to get engaged and use it, I will personally deliver one of those. That would be amazing.
Have the little puppy have a little
ring hanging.
Yes. Well, I see it now.
If I had a significant other, I'd do it.
We are delivering these. We are delivering these.
You still have to run.
You still have a gun, not a dating site.
Because we would like to have the engagement, the first engagement.
Yeah, here we go. To speed that up because we're taking orders through February 10th. So we're going to really have to speed things up for Isaiah.
Yeah.
Dating. That'll be our next thing.
They're just trying to get rid of me, guys.
But honestly, look at this. This is gorgeous. Please support us. This is an amazing way to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And your loved one. It doesn't matter, again, if it's, you know what? We've done them dog to dog before. We've done one from the dog to the dog.
Yeah.
We've done one from the neighbor dog to the next neighbor. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We have dollars.
We do. We are partnered with Dogger. So if you would love to get your best furry friend a gift, our dogs will deliver to your best furry friend. Order Dogger, you get a toy, and I believe, are we doing a bandana this year or no?
There will be one other thing. I believe it's either a toy or a bandana.
Okay.
I can't remember completely.
Dogger.
Yes.
Yeah, and those are for dogs. Be sure to check the website so you know if you're where you're ordering for a human or a dog. And we are Council Bluffs, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska is where we're delivering to. Again, businesses, homes, assisted living, hospitals. If you want to take it to have us take it to school, then you'll need to okay it with the school prior. Because many schools won't, and understandably, they won't.
Yeah. And, and like she said, you can go to the website. You can either go to Dogger's website or you can also go to our website. And right when you get there, it'll pop up and you can literally click just on the photo. Yep, there will be a graphic popping up here in just a minute as well.
He's our graphic player.
But you can head to that URL that's on the graphic. You can go to our website and click on it as well. And it'll take you right over there to order it. And I mean, what a better way to celebrate Valentine's Day for a dog lover. Like, not only am I getting to present you with this amazing gift and make that person's day, I mean, I would love to receive a wagon.
You would love to receive the cake. Nobody.
I ain't gonna lie, I just want the cake. I want the cake because everybody at my work would be jealous of it. And then also in the same breath, be able to say, hey, you know what? Not only did I do this and send this to my significant other or to my mom or to my aunt or my sister or whoever, but I also got to do something good. Like, this is all going to support the animals in our rescue in this vaccination clinic that we hold. So it's kind of a double do good. And I don't know about you guys, but when I can get a double do good, I'm like,
all right. Wonderful.
That is everything for this week. Stay tuned. Next week, it's looking like we will have another special guest. We've got some really cool special guests lined up for you guys. We're working really hard to get a veterinarian in here. If you have something that you want us to talk about, please email us at PAWdcast@muddypawsdogs.com. It's right here on your screen. Send us an email. We would love to see what you guys have. If there's somebody you'd love to see come on the show, or any question you have about the rescue, about dogs, about
a product that you've been wanting to try. Maybe you haven't tried it yet.
Reach out to us because even though we're only 3 people here, we're supported by 300 volunteers who we have no problem going, hey, has anybody used this, this brand of a product, and getting some reviews for you guys. We are here. What we want from this is to be a resource, be a tool, and honestly be a comedic relief. I laugh at myself. So
we work in rescue. We have to laugh.
We have to laugh. I mean, it's just a fact of the life with us. So stay tuned. We have lots in store. We'd love your guys' feedback. We'd love to see your comments. Any comments that come through there, they will remain anonymous. The only people that will know the names will be the 3 people in front of you right now. But besides that, nobody will know the names, but we'll be more than happy. We will also do our best to try to give you a response to let you know, hey, it will be airing on this date. That is when the answer to your question will be. And otherwise, guys, shelters and
Rescues. Shelters are full. Rescues are exhausted. So please spay and neuter.
Absolutely.
Not coming up later. So.
Yes, we will. So, alrighty, guys, thank you so much.
Don't forget. We're looking for you guys.
Bye.